Okay, good morning. Hi.
Kevin here.
So now that we're like almost completely set up in this new space, I'd like to once a month do one of these seminars. If you want to donate, all the stuff goes to Grid. Otherwise, it's free, okay? It's extra practice for me, but it's also work for you guys. So hopefully that your experience here in class is improved because you're not struggling with some of the foundations, right? So the squat is the first thing that we teach in a level 1 seminar outside of methodology. And so you guys can continue to stretch and kind of warm up, get things going while I talk a little bit about what we're gonna run through today. So it's functional. If you take a little kid and you have them squat, they have perfect mechanics. Like if you took your son and had him do this, it would be beautiful, right? But because of lifestyle, work, and not really getting into those positions very often, most of us pick things up like this. Instead of actually getting low, we lose the ability to squat to depth with good mechanics. So how do we improve that? That's the goal for today. Proprioception is a fancy word for that means where your body is in space, okay? A lot of times we don't have body awareness, and so I might say, hey, sit back in your heels, sit back in your heels. And those verbal cues, if you know what that feels like and looks like, you can get there. But if you don't know what that feels like or looks like, it's really hard to get there, right? So that's the goal for today, is we're gonna talk about how to improve our body awareness. And I'm gonna give you, excuse me, I have a lot of pre-workout in my system right now. I just finished working out like 8 minutes ago. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys some different cues. I'm gonna give you some tools and drills for range of motion. We're gonna run through squat therapy, which is why we have the bars and the wall balls out. We're gonna talk about where we struggle mostly in mobility and where we look for those things. Then we're gonna talk about some specific drills to kind of help you guys. Okay, so it's gonna be kind of fast because we only have half an hour. So step 1, we're gonna talk about visual. Recording yourself is a great way to start seeing things, right? And so as long as you're being mindful of your neighbors and not, you know, texting them later that they counted their scores wrong, I don't mind you guys filming here, okay? No, that wasn't Chris. It's a long story. So as long as you guys are using the film as like a tool to help you learn or maybe to record your progress over time, great, totally fine with it. It's a great way to see it. We don't have a mirror in this space, but a mirror, practice in front of the mirror, great way to go. What does a good squat look like? Feet are gonna be shoulder to hip width apart. Depending on your hip anatomy, your feet might be in or out, most likely out. If you hop 3 times, where your feet naturally land is where you wanna be, all right? The most important part you have to remember here is you wanna stay connected through your feet. So when we think about a foot, okay, we as coaches, when we use cues, we wanna give you cues that are quick and effective, right? Most of the time I'm telling you guys to get back in your heel because you're way too far up front here. But in reality, what we want you guys to do, I'm gonna do a whole thing on feet at some point, is we want you guys to have your weight spread out from here to here to here. So from the big toe to the pinky and then to the heel. You guys are great living in this realm, but most of us are cueing you to be here. That doesn't mean to pick up your toes and squat like this either, okay? So when we cue you to stay in your heels, we just want you to create a good point of contact between the ball of your foot and your heel. Does that make sense? All right, so the first thing we're gonna run through is we're gonna do some tactile cues using some of the tools that we have with us. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our kettlebell and we're gonna go into a deep squat. So what that's gonna look like, since you guys are all nice and warm, is you're gonna slowly take your natural athletic stance, you're gonna slowly ease yourself down and just use the kettlebell to kind of anchor yourself down. Try to get your knees or your elbows up to the inside of your knees. We're gonna hold it for 10 seconds and then we're gonna rest for 20, okay? That way you guys aren't dying. So I do want you guys to try to hook your elbows on the inside of your knees during the stretch. Here we go, 10 seconds. We're gonna start. Try to stay in those heels. And I want you to really push those knees out and squeeze your glutes. So don't dump out at the bottom there, Joe. Butt up, right there. Active, active. Squeeze your butt, lower, Yvonne. Squeeze your butt. Good, push those elbows up a little higher, Erin. Chest up if you can. Yes, there we go. All right, 3, 2, 1, relax. We're gonna do it again. So a little bit more detailed coaching here, okay? Yes, the deep squat's great, but see where my back is? So that's where the 2 of you were. I want you guys here. Okay, so Erin and Joe here. Yvonne, you are here. I want you here, okay? Hook those elbows to the inside and really try to get your chest up. We're gonna work, this is a before and after. So this is our start and we'll repeat this at the end for our finish, okay? Go ahead, back down. Get those elbows to the inside of the knees, push out. Good, stay in those heels. Chest up a little bit more, Aaron. Come up out of the bottom of the squat a little bit more, Aaron. There we go. Good, and relax. We're gonna do one more. And these are things you guys can do. Like I said, we're in a class setting. It's a little hard to cover all this stuff, but definitely something you can do. All right, last one. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good, much better. Good positioning, guys. Good, good, good. Erin, I see you fighting over there, girl. It's better. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, and relax. So the first thing we're gonna address is gonna be our ankles. It's crazy. We forget how much of our mobility is limited by our range of motion in the ankles. So we're gonna run through a few drills. You're gonna use your kettlebell for this one. First thing we're gonna do is you're just gonna put your toe here and you're gonna push your knee forward. You're gonna feel a deep stretch. That's your soleus muscle in the back of the calf. So you have to bend the knee towards it, and you'll feel that that's a different stretch. You can do this during your calf stretch, but it is a deeper muscle in the calf structure that we don't really get. Thank Christine for this one. So bend the knee, the knee on the kettlebell, bend it for me, Wilson. There you go. See how that gets that? Yeah. Yes. So again, a modification, bend the knee on the kettlebell. That's the one, yeah. All right, get ready to switch in 5, 3, 2, 1, switch. So if your ankles can't freely move into that compressed position, it's gonna be very difficult for you guys to get into a deep squat. So if this is a very tight stretch for you, we need to work on this. And that's usually where people are, is their ankles are super tight. Here you go, 3, 2, 1, and relax. The next thing we're gonna talk about is thoracic mobility. So just like an ant, the center of it is really big, your thorax. This is your upper body. So because we live sedentary lifestyles and we're here all the time, we tend to lose that range of motion and that spinal flexibility. So we're gonna run through a couple drills to help you guys improve with that. What you guys are gonna do is you're just gonna have your wrists here. Don't grab the bar because you'll compensate by bending through your elbow. Let me move this so people can see. And I'll post this video on my Patreon. If you don't know what that is, it is I have like a little, essentially blog that I occasionally post on that I'm trying to be better about. And so all the proceeds for that, I think the lowest one is like $5. They go to helping me compete and also continue my education when it comes to this stuff. So what people have a tendency to do, right, is that they actually don't, there's 2 ways of stretching this. If you're stretching the shoulder and just the shoulder, you want to keep your core nice and tight, right? So that's what we're like here. We're trying to stretch our thoracic mobility so you can let that back kind of move and open up, because what we're trying to target is the spine, all right? So wrists on the bar, just outside of your shoulders. We're gonna hold those positions, 3 rounds of 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Yvonne and Kevin, you guys can go on the inside, share. Yes. All right, so hands, there we go, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Arms straight, Joe.
You suggest feet together or one back?
It doesn't matter. Arms straight, chin,
Oh,
open
shit.
up your hands a little bit more. You gotta remember
Yeah,
that.
shit cracking in my back, bro. That crackle popping over here.
Wonky shoulder. 2, 1, ease out. Gentle ease out. We're gonna do that again. And fellas, it's a little snug on that. You can also do it on the wall if it's a little bit easier for you. Or actually, you know what? You can do it with this.
You 2 take it? Because I'm fine. I'm good.
Here. But you want to be just outside like your overhead position.
I got you.
So you can do it here too.
Okay.
That way you have some room. The girls can fit on the bar. All right, go ahead. Head through the window again. Get those arms straight. Stretch that mid to low back. So yes, you will get a shoulder stretch here, but we're trying to warm up our thoracic mobility. Oh yeah. 5 more seconds. And relax.
Hey, Coach, am I doing it wrong with my rotator cuff hurts?
You're probably a little tight there. I would say change up your grip. See if going a little wider and narrower takes it out.
Got it.
All right, here we go. Next one in 3, 2, 1, go. How's that feel?
Better.
Good.
Better, closer.
And you'll play around with it. Play around with your grip. See what works for you.
Definitely not out.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so this isn't just for the air squat. We are going to cover the overhead or the front squat, not the overhead squat. The overhead squat's a whole separate project for a different day. Okay, we're going to talk about some tricep mobility. So a lot of times when we're really, really tight in our thoracic spine and our lats, our tricep position, which is that front rack, is really difficult. So what you guys are gonna do is you're gonna park your elbow here, and you're gonna keep your palm facing up, and you're gonna try to bring your head through the window. That's what we're gonna work on next, is just some tricep mobility. So we're gonna start in 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and get your palm to face the ceiling. So turn your hand up. See how that's freaking hard? So this is that external rotation that we sometimes struggle with. 5 more seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch sides. And gentle stretch, don't break yourself. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Front rack, go ahead. And notice the difference between your right and left. Can you get that external rotation with your hand overhead? What does that look like for you? 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and switch. We're gonna do one more round on each side. Go ahead and start.
Oh, my right sucks.
Yeah. Usually there is one that sucks more than the other. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Last set for 15 seconds. We're not even holding it for 20. Love you guys. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so we're gonna do another assessment. We're gonna head back to our kettlebell, and we're gonna see what that feels like now. So we're gonna do another, probably 2 squat holds at the bottom of the kettlebell. And the other thing, we talked about feet. Those of you with running shoes, go ahead and take your shoes off. You're gonna be like, holy shit. So if you don't have the flat flats, so I would take those off. You're gonna be surprised.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody take your shoes off. Screw it. I train barefoot often.
I'm not wearing matching socks. Right, just keep
No one gives a shit.
That's on purpose.
I mean, they're both
I
Vans.
actually matched today.
The sock monster got me.
You know you're supposed to be able to move each individual toe? You should be able to do this with your toes. Most of us cannot do that. Most of us cannot move our toes independently. So this is the place to start. All right, so we're gonna go into our deep squat hold at the 10-second mark. So 5, 3, 2, 1, and down. There you go. Try to get your chest up for me, Aaron. Good. Good. How's that feel?
Yvonne's got the matching socks.
Way
and shorts.
crazy, right?
Always.
Fucking show off.
All right, go
Oh my
ahead and stand
God.
up. We're gonna do it again. Who noticed the difference between the first squat and the second squat? Anybody else? Nobody? Yes? It's okay, guys. You can say it worked, okay? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and again. Good. Push those knees out. Chest up a little bit more, Aaron. And I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna work with you a little bit more because it's gonna make a difference, huge difference. And relax. Yes.
Like a free seminar.
Yes. All right, so Aaron, I'm gonna get you, and I'm not picking on you, but it's gonna help you. So Aaron's a good candidate for tactile cues, right? So we're not gonna use a kettlebell. I want you to squat for me. Your normal squat. Good. So what I want you to do is don't move your butt, but get your chest up. There you go. A little bit more without moving your butt. See the difference there? Right? Much better. And it's getting better now. Push your hand or your knee against out. There you go. There you go. Now chest up. Good. Now come up just a hair. Right there. Good. Do you guys see how much more improved her position is? And so she's, go ahead and relax. I won't torture you forever. But much better spinal position there. I'm going to borrow you next because you're my long femur girls. All right, so go ahead and get into your squat position. Good. So what we're seeing here, guys, see how her knee's on the inside of her foot? Just narrow up your stance for me. There we go. Now let go of the kettlebell. Now I want you to get your chest up harder. There you go. You guys see the difference there? So little tactile cues, right, that we can work through. How's that feel? Great. Can you feel your butt? Can you stretch your butt for me when you stand up? Now stand up. Boom. All right, now squat again. Let's see if we held it. Good. Push your knees out. Stand up. Good. All right, next victim. We're going to go down the line. No discrimination today. So go ahead and squat. So again, see how we see some sunlight here? Not trying to tickle your feet here. Let's bring that stance in a little bit more, Janet. And you guys see how that knee's to the outside of the foot? Good. Now, chest up. Good. Squeeze your glutes. Find that in between. Don't dump out. See how your glutes are turning off? Right there. Good. Now stand up. Push your knees out. Much better. See how you're more connected through your foot there? All right, next victim. Go ahead and squat. So she's really in her toes. Her feet look great, right? But as a coach, I can see it there. So I want you to sink your butt a little lower. Good. Get your chest up hard. Good. And belly tight. Much better. Now stand up. How's that feel? Good.
Where did you want the feet, the knees and with alignment with the toes?
Yes, the feet should be in line with the toes at all times. And not just inside or outside, right? But also in terms of in front. This is a loaded position in the oh, thank you, you're moving the camera for me. So when we're here, even in the slides, which is kind of where you were, your feet were really flat because you're very mobile in your ankles. But my weight is loaded into my knees. And so people are like, oh, squats hurt my knees. Yeah, it's because you're squatting with all your weight in your anterior chain instead of your posterior chain. See the difference there? So this technically counts in CrossFit, but years of that is going to hurt. This technically counts in CrossFit, but years of that, it's that overuse injury that tends to happen. It's not the 1 rep max squat that got you. All right, next victim, Wilson.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on.
I'm just working the camera.
I don't think there'll be a lot of fixing, but there'll be some fixing. So go ahead and squat for me. So actually, there is some fixing. Do you guys see how he's got great mobility, but his tail tucks in underneath? So I want you to come up just a little bit. Squeeze your butt. A little lower. But when you squeeze your butt, don't squeeze in. Keep your hips out. So up.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Bring your butt up. Right there. Now get your chest up. There you go. Now sit back in your heels a little bit more without sinking your butt.
That's different.
There you go. Do you guys see how now we have a nice flat back here?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. Now squeeze your butt to stand up. Good. Let's see if we can get that again. But be okay with sending your hips back first. I think that's more of your fix. Hips back. Do you see the bottom out there? Come back up. Let's try that again. Go slow. So this is one of the tools we're going to use, which is a tempo squat. Slow. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Stop.
Yep.
Right there. Okay. That's going to be our next drill. Go ahead and stand up. Good.
I have to do it since I did it already?
No. Joe, you're next. Not bad. Here's what we can fix on Joe. So we're going to give him a tactile key, keep your chest up. There you go. Squeeze your core. Push your knees out for me. And stand up. Boom. Do one squat just like that. Boom, chest up. Good. Squat and stand up. How's that feel? Pretty decent, right? All right, next victim. Good. Okay, pretty good. We've got this rounding in the back, right? So how do we fix that? I'm going to have you bring your butt up a little bit. Good. Now get your chest up. A little bit more. And it's going to be hard, right? A little bit higher on the hips. See if that helps. Good. And see how he's fighting for that position? I don't expect it to be perfect. Good. Stand up for me. But see how he can kind of figure out where he is? And so over time, guys, work on, okay, I'm here. Let me get my chest up. Okay, cool. It's not going to be an overnight fix. But these drills I'm giving you guys, most of you guys come in a little bit early, stay a little bit late. We have open gym, 12 hours a week that you guys can work on this stuff. Plus you can do this shit at home, let's be honest. All right, last victim. All right, let's see it, Chris. Okay, you fixed your shit.
He was watching us.
So, chest up a little bit more, good, and then slide your knees back. There we go, good. Now see how your butt's on?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead and stand up. So, the next thing we're going to run through is we're going to run through, because we only have 7 minutes left, so I'm not going to be able to cover everything that I want. We're going to talk about some tools that you guys can use to help you get better. So if you were somebody who struggled with the knees out, these booty bands are a good tactile cue, but you don't want to use them as a band-aid. Okay, you put them right above or right below the knees. It gives you some feedback to push your knees out if you're somebody who caves in. What I think this group as a whole is going to benefit from are the bottom 2 drills. So we're going to do not the front squat today, although it will help with the front squat. You can practice it once we start class. We're going to talk about the tempo squats. Sorry, I misspelled it. So we're going to do exactly what Wilson did. We're going to go all together. We're going to say 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5. Hold. And then you guys are going to come right back up. Just like that, all right? Get ready. So find your squat stance. And hands can be wherever, okay? It just tends to help if they're up because that helps with that thoracic extension. So I usually like go here. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, down. Slower, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're gonna go 5 seconds down, ready? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, hold. Chest up, fight for that good position. And up slow, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's do it again. Down,
Coach
2,
check me out.
3, 4, 5, hips back more, Wilson. There you go. And up,
Oh, damn it.
2,
Did it wrong again.
3, 4, 5, one more time, down, 2, 3, 4, yes, and up. Yes, Aaron, oh my God, this looks so good. So 1 1/4 front squat, but this has to be controlled. Did you guys see how different that feels?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, these are drills. I'd like to start
Rough on my ass.
We'll see if we can make it work. But the 1 1/4 front squat was specifically for the people who came here to get better at your front squat or your squat clean. You can do it with a barbell or a kettlebell. But what you're going to do is you're going to go down nice and controlled, get to the bottom where you've received the clean, right? You're going to come 1/4 of the way up. So above parallel, which is where the bar would make contact before you go into the clean, right? This is going to fix my bottoms out, people. So it'll go down, 1/4, down, up. We're going to practice that. So you can do them weighted with your kettlebell, with a barbell, or you can do them unweighted. But I'm going to say down, hold, 1/4, hold, down, hold, up. Yep. Like that, yep. And so we'll teach you, Johnny, how to scooch over just a smidge. Perfect. And if you want to use a bar, you can. We can take turns. And if you hold the kettlebell, hold it close. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Down, slow, hold, 1/4 of the way up, hold, down, all the way, hold. Watch that bottom out position, Wilson. Good fix, Chris. Up. Let's do it again. Down, nice and slow. Push those knees out, weight in the heels. Look at those toes. Good. 1/4. Good. Down. Hold that bottom position. Good. Watch that butt wink down there, Kevin. There you go. So chest up a little harder. Up. Here we go. One more, and then I'm done torturing you. Down. 1/4. Down. Up. Okay, one more for shits and giggles. Down. 1/4. Down. And up. Nice job, guys. All right. So now we have exactly 3 minutes for questions. So any questions, anything I can help with, any feedback?
I'm having a hard time like going down and like knowing when my hip is back.
Yeah, so you have to think about your pelvis as a cup of water, right? A bucket of water. And so it's gonna stay here and you have to flare your hips back. So you tuck your tail under this way at the bottom. So you want to think about sticking your booty out a little bit more.
But when you said, when I was going down, you said put your hips back. What was I doing? Was I like?
You were tucked in. Yes.
All right.
So turn your pelvis outside. So posterior pelvic tilt. So go ahead, try again. Posterior pelvic tilt, hips back. Keep holding that posterior pelvic tilt. See how you want to be?
Yeah. Because I'm used to this like push up.
And then that's why when I got on you about your front squat, because when you front squat, you go.
Yeah.
Right? So here, you can still engage your glutes being externally rotated at the hip and come up. Good. Any other questions?
With the weight, when you feel the weight start to pull you this way,
That means your chest isn't up enough, so you have to fight for that better chest position.
do you stay at a lighter weight until that's fixed?
That's a really good question. Yes. So, functional movements, how you improve them is you have to drill them. You're not going to get better at that bottom position unless you do what I had Wilson do, which is fight for that good position, or what I did with you, right? Fight for that good position, because you're not going to know where your body is spaced or how to fix it unless you get into those positions. But you need to do so safely. So loading needs to be appropriate enough that you can feel where you might need to improve your technique, but not so much that like we're starting to struggle and fail. So we didn't need the wall balls, my bad, everybody. You guys didn't squat to death, so it's good. Any other questions for me? Hope you guys learned something today.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
I'm sorry?
She worked the outside really too.
Yes, and because you are really strong on the inside, which is why you like to live here. So you'll feel it on the outside, but that was so much better. Holy crap, that was great. So we'll do another one of these, guys. It'll be on the schedule. I'll let you guys know. But thanks for coming.
Coach, I'm down for overhead squats.
Yeah, we could do overhead
You're
squats.
alone with that.
What I'll do is I'll put out a poll and see what you guys want me to cover. And then whatever is the big thing, then we'll cover it. We do some of this stuff on our Thursday 6:30 classes, but it's like not as in detail of half an hour of just squat mechanics, right? So some of you, if you're staying for class, you need your barbell.
Yeah, you want to use yours?
Okay, perfect. Perfect. And if you guys want access to the video, I'll share the link. It's a Patreon, so it's anywhere from $5 to $50 a month, and we have links for everything on there, including discounted tickets and blah, blah, blah. But thanks for joining.